Hello everyone, Michaela here from the broker team of Huobi Global. We're here with Chris today, who is part of the customer experience team of 3COMMAS, and we will have a very interesting session about how Huobi traders can use 3COMMAS. Chris, will you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, thanks, Michaela. It's a real pleasure to be here with Huobi and talking about 3COMMAS, which I absolutely love to do. Love the platform. I've been trading crypto really since early 2018. I found 3COMMAS about halfway through 2018 and started using it as a user of the platform and part of the vibrant community, because 3COMMAS is very strong with community. And from there, ended up working for 3COMMAS and haven't looked back since. Really enjoy working with the team. It's so nice to work with an innovative company that's fresh and young and just really trying to push the boundaries on what's possible.
Good, good. What about 3COMMAS? How long has the company been in the markets?
So 3COMMAS was created by a group of friends in 2017. They had various sort of interests in crypto and also were doing some mining. And they got really fed up with not being able to track in one sort of interface where their coins were, which wallets they were in, how well the coins were performing in relation to current chart price. And because crypto is very volatile, it can be up huge amounts in one day and down the following day. So being able to track the portfolios that they had and be able to sell the coins if the market looked like it was going to turn down, or if they wanted to take profit with a few button clicks, seemed like a no-brainer to them. But they kept this sort of secret to themselves and amongst their close group of friends. And as time went on, more and more people sort of wanted access to this, and more ideas started coming about. 3COMMAS were the first platform to introduce the smart trade concept to crypto, which is where you can set your buy level, your take profit level, and stop loss all in one trade setting, and have the system run that for you. Back in 2017, exchanges weren't as feature rich as they are today, and there was nowhere that you could do this within the crypto world. So, off the back of that, that sort of helped give birth to 3COMMAS and the tremendous growth that we've seen over the following years. And we're so grateful to the community for supporting the product and enjoying the platform and what we can do to help people out with our advanced trading tools.
Great, great. And I think that after that detailed explanation, we're ready to dive into what everyone has been connected and expected to. Well, basically, what we want to know right away is how can Huobi traders can use 3COMMAS. So, would you mind if you guide us through a step-by-step process?
Yeah, so there's plenty of features for Huobi traders to want to use 3COMMAS. We have automated bots, we have smart trades, which allow you to play like bigger swing trades and set multiple take profits. We also have tools for like the long-term crypto investors that want to maybe buy $5 of crypto a day or a week and just accrue crypto over time throughout the down period, so that when we have the bull markets again, they have a nice portfolio built, ready to sell when the time is right. So it's really simple to create an account with 3COMMAS. You just head over to our page, click the try it free button, and all you need is an email address and a password. Once you've set that, you're in. 3COMMAS is non-custodial. This is really important because it means we never hold your funds. We never ask you to transfer all of your funds to us to trade with. Your funds always stay safe on the Huobi platform or whatever exchange account you have connected to 3COMMAS. So you're always in control of your money. 3COMMAS never takes any commissions from users for the trades that they perform. So we're a subscription-based service that offers free plan levels, as well as various monthly or yearly subscription plans that users can choose when they feel confident to do so. So I'm just going to quickly sign in. And I already have a Huobi account connected to my test 3COMMAS login. And the first page you're greeted with is our dashboard, which is designed to give you an immediate glance of how well your portfolio is doing and the growth or fall over the last few days. You can see at the top of the screen. We also have metrics that show your portfolio in Bitcoin value as well as dollar value. So you have like a stable benchmark, which is the dollar to base your portfolio value against, but you also have the Bitcoin value because some people are really into crypto and they love to measure their total portfolio value in Bitcoin. Underneath that, you can see a brief overview of the amount of coins you hold on your account and also how much the change is from yesterday, for example. You can scroll further down the page and see how well your bots, if you have any running, are doing, and also how well your smart trades are doing. It's really simple to connect your Huobi account to 3COMMAS. You would go to the portfolio section and click the Connect New Account button. Choose the Exchanges option and then Huobi. And then from here, you can give your account a name and hop over to your Huobi account. Up in the user account settings, you go down to the API management and you can give the account a name. And I'm not going to give this account trade permissions. Usually you would do this, but because I'm on a live stream, I don't want people to screen grab it and start trading my funds. So typically you would enable this option for trading, but just for this stream, I'm not going to do that option. And then just click create. So you get a warning from Huobi here just to say, you've got to be very careful with these details. Don't share them to anybody. This is for your private use only, and it should be connected to 3COMMAS or the platform that you're generating the API for. So accept that. You'll be asked for your 2FA, and now that might be via Google Authenticator or another 2FA app, or you might have it sent to your SMS device. Hopefully I've entered that correctly. Nope. And there we have the API keys and the secret. So the API key is the like the address of your Huobi account. So this is public, and using these details, we can just quickly copy that, go back to our 3COMMAS tab, and paste the API key in. Now the secret is like the password to your Huobi account, and under no circumstances would you ever want to share the secret. In fact, it's so sensitive that once you've generated the secret code, you won't be able to see it again once you confirm this box. But don't panic if you didn't have time to write that down or copy and paste that into 3COMMAS. You can always start again and create a new key. You can delete them and manage them at any time through the Huobi API management page. Now that it's done, it's really simple. And that account is now connected. So we can see the coins, and this is the account that I called Stream Huobi, and that's now available and shows up in my dashboard. So this will be the aggregated total of both accounts, the value, the coins held, and you can see my value has gone up since I've connected that. Also, the portfolio page allows you to see individual views of each account that you have connected. So you might have several sub-accounts on Huobi, so you can connect these and manage these separately, but also have a bird's eye top-down view of what's happening across all accounts together.
That's an astounding feature.
Yeah, it's so cool. The trouble when you have lots of sub-accounts and accounts in cryptocurrency is you end up with browser tab, browser tab, browser tab open. You're constantly logging in, 2FA, and it drives you crazy, especially if there's a rapid market movement that you want to capitalize on. The last thing you want to do is stop, 2FA, sign in, drag the slider, and do all this stuff, and then work out which account are my funds in. With 3COMMAS, you just have one clean, simple overview of your funds, and you can control multiple trades across different sub-accounts or exchange accounts through one interface. So here I am on the 3COMMAS Smart Trade page, which is where you can create, like, what I refer to smart trades as swing trades. So these are trades that I'm looking at the market, maybe on a slightly higher time frame, say like 8 hours or daily, and I can look at support levels that a coin might be reaching and then plan when I want to make my trade. So the markets at the moment, sadly, are having a bit of a down period, but it doesn't mean to say that there aren't opportunities still. So we just need to zoom out to higher time frames like the daily or the weekly time frames to find these areas of strong support. So we can see there's a range that this coin might be coming into that would be interesting to place a trade. So we can choose which account we want to trade with simply at the top of the page. We can choose the currency that we want to use to buy coins with, or sell coins to if we already own coins. And then we can choose the actual individual pairs themselves. So just to pick an obvious one, Bitcoin, I've actually got the little heart button selected. This allows me to put a shortcut to the coin at the top of the page, so I don't have to keep going through all these options when I just want to hop straight to Bitcoin to create an immediate trade on it. And the nice thing with Smart Trade is this is where 3COMMAS makes it really simple. You choose the type of trade that you want to perform. So a smart trade itself, by definition, is a long trade. This is where you would set a price that you want to buy coins. You can choose the exact price with a limit order. So we want to buy Bitcoin at $19,000. We can type that in there. Or we can actually go up to the chart and move this little buy line. So we can actually choose maybe a level that we think price might drop down to and then recover from. So we'll choose, say, this value here, which is 18,968. We can then choose how much Bitcoin to buy if we want to specify in Bitcoin, or we can choose how much in dollar value that we might want to buy Bitcoin for. So we can choose just to like $10 or $15. In fact, to be brave, I'll go for $50. And this is where we can set our take profit levels. So we can, if we just want to play a range like this one, so we can see Bitcoin's come down to this level and it's sort of going up to this level, and that might be it. The trade might be over at that point because Bitcoin then comes back down because it's trading in this very tight trading range. So we can actually just set one price and one take profit level. So let's say that's $19,200. And we can see our take profit line is now here at that price level. Again, we can drag and drop this if we wish to get it just right. And we can also use the split target feature, which is really cool because it means that you can split up your trade into smaller chunks, and you can sell some of the trade as the price goes up a little bit, and then some more of the trade when the price goes up a little bit further, and then maybe have like a really outlier sort of high just close. So we can be quite opportunistic to try and really maximize the amount of profit that we can get out of each trade that we're creating. So I've just added to sell 25% of the Bitcoin at 19,200. We can add more levels in, 19,500 and maybe 20,500. That's a bit too much. And we can see the steps are building up here. And then lastly, we'll have a really big take profit target. If we wish, we can also add trailing take profit onto this. Trailing take profit is really cool because if you are maybe setting a take profit target towards the top of an area of resistance, but the price could break through it, take profit will follow that price up. And I have a little demonstration of this. So we can see the price is moving around. We have our take profit activation point, which is sort of target area that we're interested in following the price up from. And once that price is hit, the system will follow the price up by the deviation that you set, which is like the buffer. So it would follow price up by, say, 1%. And as soon as the price of the asset reverses and drops down by 1%, it will sell the coins at that point. So we can really try and capitalize on these market moves that can happen. So you're not limited to just setting a static take profit level. You can actually try and really sort of go for the big wins with 3COMMAS. So we'll create this, in fact, we'll talk about stop loss as well, because that's an important part of trading. So we can enable our stop loss as well at this point. And again, we can review it on our chart. We can see that our chart is now filling up with the different take profit levels that we've configured. We can also see that we have our stop loss just here that we can either move up, or you can type in the values manually. So I'm going to try and choose below this last candle wick here for my stop loss, because if there's another candle wick down, the chances are it probably won't go below that lowest candle wick if the trade is going to be good. If the price immediately falls through that level, then we definitely want to sell those coins, because chances are it probably go down much further. So we've set our stop loss percentage and dragged it on the chart where we wanted it. We can use various advanced tools here. So stop loss timeout, this is a really great feature, because if we were creating this trade maybe a couple of days ago, the price wicked down, it created this very quick candle wick down and then immediately bounced. Now, if we added maybe, I don't know, a 30-second delay on our stop loss order activating, it would have kept us in this trade because the stop loss wouldn't have triggered and the price went on to recover. So having a stop loss timeout enabled is really, really useful.
It lifts the trade brief, which is very useful.
Yeah, it's really cool for people that like to trade coins that they really love, and they know the pattern of these coins and the movement. They know that maybe they have these candle wicks, and using this tool really allows them to adapt their trade to the specific type of chart that they're trading. So it just gives you those extra tools in your toolbox.
I really
so we can
like
enable,
it, yeah.
say, a 30-second stop loss there. And the other features that we have available is move to break even. That's quite a cool feature, because when that's enabled, as soon as take profit level 1 is hit, which on our trade is this level here, it will move the stop loss up to the buy price. So if price does reverse on you, you've captured the profit taken from the take profit level 1, and the rest of your trade is closed out at break even. So you get a little bit of profit from the trade, but you don't end up following and holding the trade as the price falls, or having to take stop loss in a loss, which will then negate the positive gain that you made from the first take profit level. The other cool feature we have is trading stop loss. And this works very similarly to trailing take profit, in that we set the stop loss level below chart price, say 0.5% below or 1% below, and as the chart price moves up, the stop loss will move up with chart price to keep in line with this deviation. So if there's a sudden chart or price reversal before it hits your take profit level, trading stop loss will close the deal, and it will be usually above your break-even point at this point, so you'll take some profit away from that trade, which is really cool. I just want to say these animated images I have for these features working, they're all available in our comprehensive 3COMMAS help section, and I strongly recommend that people have a look through that. There's some really invaluable information that you can find here. It's all nice and clean and simple to find. So yeah, you can find like our trailing take profit guide. And there's the animation there if you want to review that at your leisure. So now that we've got the basics of our trade configured, we can just create that trade. It'll give you a confirmation screen to show you all the settings you've configured. And then you can confirm that and the trade will be created. And we can scroll down the screen a little bit further. We can actually see the status of our trade here. You can see at this point the trade hasn't opened yet because it hasn't reached the price that we specified before the trade can begin. So we can see here our buy step, we've set the buy price 18,968, and we can click at any time either the coin pair name on the trade, and this will bring up our trade settings as we configured them, and we can monitor this real time. We can also click the exchange name, which is really cool, so you can hop in and view the value of your exchange account. Please ignore this outlandish profit and loss. It's literally because we created this account a few days ago for the stream, and this view, this accounts view, will show deposits and withdrawals from your account because it's the actual account balanced over time, and not a profit and loss. To see the profit and loss, the growth of the account, we would go to the dashboard page. Yeah, and there we have it.
Outstanding.
So just to wrap things up with Smart Trade, I've created a little trade here. This was created a couple of days ago on the 8th of October. So I ran through the steps just like we saw a minute ago. I saw that ARPA, which for some reason I have this fondness for trading ARPA. It just seems to have been good for me, and it has these, to me at least, very sort of logical moves in price. So we'll go to like the 4-hour chart, and I can see that it's been trading in a range for a little while here, and I can see that it's had a few wicks down low, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to put an entry order to open a trade on this candle wick, and I also, in fact, I actually set it a little bit higher. It was about here to catch like where the price seems to be going frequently, and I also put another buy level in just below to try and catch candle wick. And the trade opened. It didn't fill my second what I would call a laddered entry, so the trade volume is not as much as I would hope, but the trade has started. We're in a small profit with it at the moment, and it all really depends over the next few hours. If Bitcoin's going to go up and the market's going to look green, then I have confidence that this trade will go on to do great things. So at the moment we're just in a small profit, but things are, I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic looking at the chart action and the indicators that I have available. You can choose whichever indicators you like from the public library. So we can add things like RSI, we can add stochastics, we can add many other things like MACD, all these very favorite indicators that people like to trade with. And the cool thing with 3COMMAS is we license the TradingView chart widget. So if you're used to using TradingView, you have a familiar interface to work with. And as I've done here, for example, I can add and combine different indicators. So I have my RSI as well as my stochastics overlaid on top of each other, so that I can save some screen space, because I don't need separate areas of the screen just for these different widgets. So we can merge these, move them up, combine my RSI with MACD. You wouldn't really want to do that normally, but it just gives you an idea of how you can really play with these chart tools. And you can save your layouts and your preferred settings with the TradingView widget. And that way, whenever I open a chart now, it's always going to have my favorite indicators on, which I find just is such a great time-saving tool. Before we move on from smart trades, I'm sorry if I've spent a lot of time on here. It's really like the one of the first most original features of 3COMMAS, but it's so powerful, it really helps you with your trading. So one little trick that you can do is something called smart cover. So in these times, we might have bought coins and they're down a lot in value, and it might be that you sense that the price is going to fall further, or maybe you're performing technical analysis on the coins and you can see that the performance of the asset is not so good. So what a smart cover trade does, it allows you to sell the coins at the current chart price, or higher if you want to specify it, and it works the opposite way to a smart trade. So maybe you sell your Bitcoin at $19,000, but you have a very strong suspicion that maybe tomorrow we get some bad news from the CPI data in America. So we would want to sell our Bitcoin now, but we don't want to sell our Bitcoin forever. We want to buy it back at a lower price. So we configure the take profit. Let me see if I can create a test trade. I might not have enough coins for this. So again, we can set the price that we want to sell these coins, 19,200. And if we have a strong suspicion that Bitcoin's going to head lower, maybe to $16,500, we can actually set here to buy back the Bitcoin at $16,500. Now, the cool thing with this is if you invested $1,000 in your Bitcoin and you sell it at $19,200, if the price falls 25%, you can release 25% of the equity that you have trapped in that asset. Instead of holding on to that asset as it drops 25% in value and seeing your portfolio value fall, you can sell them back to stable coins, wait until the fall happens, and then buy the asset back. And so whilst this doesn't make you profit, it stops you incurring a loss and holding onto a red bag as price falls further. So essentially your wallet balance, your portfolio value will stay the same as the asset price drops, and then you buy it back lower so that you can ride the gains that you'll get from having that asset at $16,500 as the price increases again over time. So really important tool to have. A lot of people trading spot with red bags on their accounts from trades that didn't work out as they expected. This is one way that you can really mitigate holding on to those coins and through the drawdown that's experienced. So that's a really cool feature of 3COMMAS that it offers too. I want to quickly move on to DCA bots, because DCA bots, I think of like race cars, that most people configure these to take small profits of say 1%, but repeatedly automatic trading overnight while you sleep, the bots are continuously working. You can choose from our various signal providers that can provide you provide your bots the coins to trade and when to open a deal on them. But let's have a quick look at the bots deals page. So these are my active running bots at the moment. This one isn't doing so good because it opened Bitcoin up when things looked a little bit more hopeful a few days ago. However, I can click the bot name and I can see the performance of the bot, and it's still earning profit. And the nice thing with Bitcoin is that out of all the cryptocurrencies, it's the one that you can maybe trust the most or have the most faith in, that over time the value of the asset will rise again. So I'm not overly worried that it's slightly down on this trade. I have faith at some point it will recover. If we go back to my smart trade page, I also created a smart cover trade here that also sold some Bitcoin around the same levels. So if price moves up after the news tomorrow, I'll be able to capitalize on that. If it moves down, I'll have a portion of my portfolio sort of hedged that can offset some of that risk of a down move. I didn't actually add any levels that I want to buy these coins back. So I'm just going to quickly set in here now to buy these coins back at 16,500.
Chris, in a bit I will start wrapping up as we need to go quickly through a few more announcements, if that's okay for you.
Yeah, sure. I'm really sorry. I can talk about 3COMMAS for hours. I really love the platform. It's so useful for many different types of trading. What should we do? Should we move on to the next section, or?
Oh, let's quickly finalize the whole process for this feature, and then we can go on the give away, if that's okay for you.
Yeah, sure. So I'll just quickly describe another feature that you can use the DCA bots for. So on Huobi, you can use HT tokens to accumulate these tokens to reduce the fees that you pay on exchange, and also to help with smoother trades and transactions. So I created a bot called an HT Huobi token accumulator bot. And what this does is it will buy Huobi tokens when the price is low and sell them when they're high. But when it takes profit by keeping some of the Huobi tokens. So instead of taking the profit in, say, USDT or Bitcoin or whatever coin you're using to trade with, it will actually retain some of the Huobi tokens. So you can start building up a supply of Huobi tokens on your account. You can accumulate them over time. And since I created this bot, Huobi token's been doing fantastically well. And this bot has really been doing great for me. So again, this adds to your trading volume in 3COMMAS, in Huobi, which will help reduce your trading fees. But also that ties us in very neatly with our promotion that we're running.
Good. So let's quickly describe what is this new promotion about. I'm really excited on it because it will allow Huobi traders to win a free month of 3COMMAS subscription plan, and it can be done in 3 simple steps. The first will be to connect your Huobi account to 3COMMAS, then trade a minimum of 5,000 USDT in trading volume in 7 days, and then the more you trade, the better and the more probabilities you have to win this plan. We have actually put together a really in detail article on it that Chris is showing on screen right now. Chris, would you like to quickly go through the steps again on the bottom of that article?
Sure.
That's possible.
And we've also got an overview of how to link your Huobi exchange account to 3COMMAS. There's a guide here which has been taken from the 3COMMAS help section that I showed you earlier.
Exactly. And the event will take place as per this October 13th. It will last 1 month. So I do encourage everyone to start on October 13th. Save the date, put in your calendars, because you'll be able to enjoy the subscription with 3COMMAS if you really make it to the giveaway. So I do hope everyone participates. I will participate myself. Chris, any additions to this giveaway that we like to clarify about how can users can add their wallets, or is pretty much the simple process?
Sure, I would encourage everybody to create a 3COMMAS account. It's free. You saw earlier, you just need to supply your email address, or if you prefer, you can use the create an account, the Facebook or Apple ID options, which makes it really simple to get connected. You can have a look around our platform. Everybody gets the free plan level. There's no time limit on that. So you really have the time to play and explore and really experiment with all the screens and the tools that we offer. And once you feel confident, you can start creating bots and investigate our help guides. Speak to us on support. We have people that run support 24 hours a day, so that you're never alone. If you need help, reach out to us. We're more than happy to help at any time. And what I found on the fee page in Huobi from this menu here, you can actually view your trading volume. So you can actually keep track of how well you're doing in the competition with a couple of button clicks. So that's really cool.
Really great addition. And Chris, I think that from my side, I just want to, on behalf of the broker team of Huobi, just want to say thank you for 3COMMAS for being an outstanding partner. I hope you are also having the best out of our program, and see you in the next edition of this webinar.
Thank you so much, Michaela. It's been so much fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All the best. See you soon.